Tama didn't feel like a mission. It felt like walking into a grave that hadn't been dug yet. Those warriors, they moved like they'd already died once. That's what scares me.
If this is the weakest they are, the ones we met in Tama, then the real monsters are still resting. Every battle we survive is just them stretching before they decide to truly stand up. Right now is the only moment they haven't learned from yet.
You know what bothers me the most? I don't even know why I'm fighting. No one tells us what they actually want, what their goal is. We're just given names, places, orders, and told to survive, like pieces on a board that never get to see the full table. Because of my rank, I only see the bottom of the map. When you really think about it, isn't it insane? A warrior who doesn't know why he's dying. We charge, bleed, and break on command, and the reason is always 3 ranks above where our questions are allowed to reach.
I'm done accepting that ignorance is part of my uniform. If I'm going to gamble my life over and over, then I'll know the rules of the game. Who they are, what they want, why this war was even allowed to exist. If that means learning everything there is to learn, then so be it.
It's almost surreal when you think about it. We're up here fighting battles that no one else ever sees, and down there, life just goes on. It's like we exist in a parallel world, one where every sacrifice we make is invisible to the very people we protect.
There are moments that cut deep. When I'm up here and I see someone down there complaining about something so trivial, a lukewarm meal, a minor delay, it's like a knife twisting in my chest.
Because in that instant, I realize they have no idea what we've endured to make sure that's the worst problem they face. And yes, I'll admit there's a flash of anger, maybe even something like hate, because it feels so unfair that they get to live in that bubble of ignorance while we carry the scars. I fight, bleed, and die so they never have to know what it's like to stand where I stand. And sometimes that feels like a thankless task, one that breeds a bitterness I don't want to admit. Yet in that same breath, there's a kind of awe. Because it's incredible that we can create a world so safe that they never have to imagine the horrors we hold back. It's like a double-edged sword. We envy their ignorance. At the same time, we cherish the fact that our work allows them to remain untouched by the darkness. It's a strange, almost beautiful burden to bear. Truly, what is this life?
You ever feel like we could be better than all this?
I do. Every day. I just want peace. And to deserve it. I know the day of complete peace will be soon. I feel it.
The city feels so peaceful tonight. Sometimes it's enough just to be here. Time to settle in.
Let's go to the living room. We can watch the city lights together. The night is peaceful, isn't it? Just rest here with me.
My sweet, special child. How calm you are in this world.
Let's go for a little walk, my dear.
Clear horizon. Nothing but grain for miles.
Keep looking. Sun's load shadows will hide a cart's worth of trouble.
Aye. Wait! There's someone on the road! No, gods!
What is it?
Black cloak, walking straight for us. It's him!
Him?
The wanderer from the reports. The one the merchant said felt like death.
Wait, do you mean the one that calls themselves Satan?
Tell me you're joking!
We shouldn't even say the name. They'll hear. Then we're already dead.
Father in heaven, shield us, please. We're not ready for this.
We must tell the commander immediately! Go! Go!
Watch squad sighted a man figure walking in from the far west.
We checked the silhouette in the Black Danger book, the threat archive. The eye, the cloak, the face, it matches Satan exactly, sir. We recognized him the instant we opened the page.
But he hasn't been spotted in decades.
Saturn, the abyss itself walks to our gates. The devil comes.
Look at the horizon, warriors. That shadow crawling toward our lands is no man. It is a storm named Satan, and he is stronger than any foe we have faced. His hand raises cities. His breath turns brave hearts to ash.
Hear me. Each one of you has learned what darkness can do when left unchecked. Today, we stand at its threshold again.
Where is Foster?
Weak.
I'm surprised you made it this far.
You fool. How are you even surprised?
After decades in the shadows, after the hegemony has scoured every corner of the world for you, you just appear now. Where have you been hiding all these years, and why show yourself now?
I don't have to tell you, you're even lucky to still have breath in front of me at this moment. I would take your life in this minute, but my priority lies elsewhere. Leave me now, or I shall show you where God is, old man.
What business do you have in this area? The people here are unbothered and have nothing of worth to you. So why appear here at this exact time?
If you truly want to know my intentions for appearing again, know that it is for the end.
Interesting. What end do you speak of? Because now that you have reappeared, it seems like it will truly be the beginning of taking you in. And that is my plan.
Commander, you misunderstand me when I speak of endings. I say ending as in unveiling the grand design that your kind has been too blind to see. I plan on ending the view of human life itself and bringing a revelation.
You think of me as a devil, but in truth I'm an angel of a higher order, one who understands that sometimes the old world must burn so that a purer truth can emerge. I am that truth.
You speak of purity while planning to end countless lives. You twist morality until it's unrecognizable. People are confused, yes, but they are not yours to judge or destroy.
Commander, it's not destruction, it's a necessary purification. I do this not out of malice, but out of a clarity of purpose that your limited perspective can't comprehend. When the old world falls, you'll see that I was never the villain.
Commander, in my eyes there is a purity you cannot fathom. The blood of those who will fall is not a tragedy. It is the rain that nurtures a new existence I have discovered. I am the gardener of this world, and their sacrifice is the water that will let my vision bloom.
You speak of seeds and purity as if you're some divine judge. But your so-called rejuvenation is just another name for annihilation. You're not a gardener for reality, you just want to burn the field and call it a harvest for yourself.
You see, Commander, I have come to understand a truth so profound that it would shatter lesser minds. I am not merely above your god. I am and have always been the very essence of godhood itself. My strength is the purest law of reality.
What I will is what must be,
And if that means reshaping the world through fire and blood, then that is the purest morality. In my eyes, I am the divine will made flesh. There is no confusion.
You speak as if you've ascended to some twisted divinity, but all I see is a man lost in his own delusions. You're not a god. You're just a monster who's convinced himself that cruelty is holiness. And I will not let your so-called divine will destroy everything we hold dear.
You say that I am the one that is lost and delusional. But in all honesty, you are the one that is blind to the true existence that we live in.
Let's speak of the nature of power, Commander. Shall I remind you?
From the very dawn of existence, power has only ever been connection. Before there were worlds, before there were entities to name themselves, existence did not manifest as force or matter. It manifested as alignment, as bonds between being and principle. When the first entities came into awareness, they did not awaken with strength. They awakened attached. Each soul emerged tethered to something fundamental, and that tether was their power. These connections were not uniform. Some were bound to the tangible mechanics of reality: light, gravity, motion, space, the elements that govern form. Others were bound to deeper, quieter expanses: the architecture of thought, the gravity of emotion, the stillness of peace, the fracture of conflict, the resonance of love, the endurance of the soul. Whatever a being was connected to became the axis around which their existence turned. A connection is not an ability one uses. It is a condition one exists within. It dictates how a soul moves through reality, how reality responds in return, and how far that influence can spread. From the beginning, it was understood, whether consciously or not, that no being acts alone. Every action is filtered through the depth of its connection. This is how history was written. The first wars did not begin over territory or survival. They began when incompatible connections occupied the same reality. A being bound deeply to expansion cannot coexist peacefully with one bound to preservation. A soul aligned with absolute order will inevitably clash with one tied to disruption. Conflict was not chosen. It was the natural consequence of opposing powers sharing space. Likewise, peace did not arise from agreement. It emerged when connections harmonized. Entire civilizations flourished because their dominant connections reinforced one another. Entire ages collapsed when a single connection, deep enough and unresolved, destabilized the balance of all others. Reality itself learned how to change by responding to these powers. Land reshaped itself around dominant connections. Cultures formed rituals to honor or suppress them. Belief systems emerged as attempts to explain why certain individuals altered the world simply by existing. Over time, history layered itself atop history, not as events, but as the accumulated consequences of countless connections interacting across generations. And this process never ended. Even now, when a child is born into the world, their connection manifests instantly. It may not be visible, it may not be understood, but it is real, and the planet responds to it. Other entities sense it. Reality accommodates it. That child carries within them a power no different in nature from those that shaped the earliest eras. What differs is not the existence of the connection, but its depth, its refinement, and the moment in which it is realized. Some live their entire lives never fully understanding what they are bound to, yet their connection still influences those around them. Others awaken early, and their presence alone begins to bend events, attract conflict, inspire peace, or fracture systems long thought stable. This is why no connection is insignificant. A power does not need scale to matter. only continuity. A single soul, deeply aligned, can redirect the course of history over time. Entire realities have shifted because one being fully embodied what they were connected to.
Reality is not built by intention. It is built by alignment. It is the cumulative structure formed by every connection that has ever existed, stacked upon one another from the beginning of time to this very moment.
It is the tectonic stacking of every connection that has existed since the first breath of the void.
We are not living in a world of choices. We are living in the cumulative architecture of an ancient, immutable design. If a soul is born aligned with the strength meant to dominate, that is not an act of cruelty. It is the natural resolution of a cosmic equation. Power is never equal, Commander, because the universe is not a circle. It is a hierarchy. Equality is a delusion born from the smallness of your kind. These connections were not earned. They were not chosen by some moral judge of existence. They were blueprinted before the first star caught fire.
Some connections weaker and others stronger. For example, like you. Being connected to the measly power of light. You clutch your pitiful flicker of illumination as if it were the sun. It's sad. Your essence is a joke in itself.
But as for me, I am what the core of what is. I was born connected to creation itself. I exist tethered to the primordial forge of reality, the very pulse of manifestation that breathes life into the vacuum. Do you grasp the scale of your insignificance?
Do you see where my understanding lies? If I am creation's chosen, if I am the one connected to the source of all things, then by definition I am the closest thing to God that this universe has ever known.
You are a man playing with shadows in a room, while I am the hand that built the building, the wood that feeds the fire, and the darkness that molds the deep feeling of the night. I am Creator.
You, Commander, you are merely a being who stumbled into the glow of my lantern, forever in the shadow of the one who shapes your very clay of existence.
Claim the title of God because you feel the pulse of the forge in your veins, but you are blinded by your own reflection, Saturn. History is not a silent void, it is a chorus of those who held the exact same fire you boast of.
The Nephilim walked this very soil. Beings whose connection to the source was so violent it tore the sky asunder. There have been entities in the stars and prophets in the dust who wove the fabric of reality with a single thought.
We're all connected to creation. They all felt the forge.
If every being who touched the source is a god, then the throne is crowded and your divine will is just one voice among millions. Tell me, by what logic do you stand over the corpses of the ancients and claim to be the only one who truly speaks for the Creator?
Exactly what makes your thread the only one that leads to the heart of the sun.
You see a crowded room, Commander, because you are still looking at the effect rather than the cause. You speak of the Nephilim and the many as if they were peers.
The mud may feel the heat and claim to be the sun. The serpent may see the light in its own eyes and claim divinity. But the mud is still mud, and the serpent is still a beast. They are merely surfaces that the light happened to touch.
The beings of your history, the Nephilim, the giants, the cosmic anomalies were merely receptors. They were accidental intersections where the power of creation leaked into the physical world.
They had a connection, yes, but it was a connection of debt. They borrowed the fire to fuel their own shadows. They were connected to the forge the way a shadow is connected to a body. Distorted, secondary, and utterly dependent on a light they did not own. I am not a surface. I am the luminance. The universe is not a series of cycles, it is a process of refinement. For eons, the source has been broadcasting its essence, trying to find a form that was not a shadow or a hybrid. The Nephilim were failures, bloated, noisy transmissions that crashed into the Earth. But the universe learns, Commander. It prunes the weak threads, it narrows the signal.
I am the signal. I am the first point in all of existence where the connection is not borrowed or reflected, but identical. My logic is the only one that holds, because I am the convergence. The moment where the many connected souls of history were finally discarded, so that the one true tone could be struck. I don't hold the light, Commander. I am the reason the concept of light was even whispered into the void.
To question my divinity by citing the Nephilim is like a man in a dark room questioning the sun because he once saw a candle. I am the origin.
This land, these people, they'll be dust in minutes. Everything you've done is worth nothing against my power. You've lived this long for no reason. Shame on you.
I won't let you pass.
I won't deal with you.
Enough. Finish him here.
Who were you in the past?
Who I was no longer matters. Who I am is to Satan.
So that's all you are now? A vessel for his will? Is there nothing left of who you used to be?
All that matters is the Master's command.
Is there truly no ember of your own will left? Or has all of you been consumed by him?
There is no room for doubt. My master's command is all that drives me.
And he has ordered your execution.
I don't have time for this. I have to get to the townspeople.
one.
All the light of the noon sun.
The attack disintegrated him, but I still sense that he is of the living.
Okay, so he has turned into a different type of beast.
have time. Let's just now!
You've never had a life. You've never had a family. You are nothing but a beast of chaos. You don't understand the purpose of breathing. Only death and darkness. Shatter this world around you. Now, go.
Miss, are you okay? Watch the kid! Keep moving, people! Out this way!
Exit straight ahead! Stay together! Everyone clear?
Last ones! Let's go!
That's it! Keep back!
Don't shoot the bombs! Just stop!
Clear! Head to the door! Stay together! Move! Hurry! This way! Outside! Let's go! Stay back! Stay back! Go, go! This way! Hurry! Lean back! Everyone behind the tank!
Put down the hammer. We're not gonna rush you, just stay still.
Please put it down.
Roof line! Perimeter set. Move in slow.
This beast was purely more distraction than challenge. I'm sorry, lost soul.
Child, because of your existence, you will be the last of your kind and serve me as Lord.
All that you are belongs to me.